Yes, I am. Uh, all right, so we say hi again, everybody. We welcome you to opening night of the 2020 high school football season. The Farmington Falcons, the home team in the blue, will move once they get the ball left to right. Birmingham Groves, the visitor, they're also the Falcons. They have the ball at the 43-yard line. First snap of the football game, and dropping back to pass. That's Jake Woods. Woods eludes a tackle on the outside. He goes racing down the sidelines, and he's going to score. He's going to go 56, 57 yards. 57 yards for the touchdown for Jack Woods, highly touted quarterback for Birmingham Groves. And just like that, Groves moves into a 6-0 lead. So they took the opening kickoff on this, again, long delayed opening night. And Groves grabs the lead 6-0 on that run down the far sideline. Asa Hollingsworth, number 52 of the Falcons, appeared to have the best shot at Woods, but he just couldn't get there. And Woods scores the touchdown, and Groves has a 7-0 lead. First touchdown of the 2020 season. And the try for point is up. And it's good. There we go. There's our signal. And so just like that, a 7-0 lead for Birmingham Groves. Well, we had a chance to talk with Falcons coach Corey Soroch last night. And last season, the Falcons, as you will recall, had the greatest season in Farmington football history. They became the first Falcon team ever to win their first 7 games. Had a perfect record going into the regular season finale on the road, the showdown matchup against the North Farmington Raiders, and they lost that game by a hair, 13-9. And then in the playoffs, after eking out an upset win over Oak Park, a great game by the Falcons there in a 12-6 victory, they came home for the district final and were knocked off by U of D Jesuit 11-10. So if you look at the Falcons last season, they came within 5 points of an undefeated season. That likely will not be the case here in 2020, however. For one thing, the Falcons graduated 28 seniors last year. That's a tremendous hit to any program. In fact, I was talking to Coach Soroch, and I said I was looking at the list, and I counted 26 seniors graduating. He said it was 28, in the kind of flat, monotone voice that coaches will employ when they're breaking bad news to you. So this is a bit of a developmental year for the Falcons. That's one factor. Also, last year, the Falcons played in the OAA Blue Division. They've been moved up a notch because of their success over the course of the past 2 seasons. Now play in the OAA White. Jacob Sanders, an All-State tailback 1 year ago for Royal Oak Shrine, is the ball carrier on the kickoff, and he does not get too far. They'll spot him at the 13-yard line. Falcons with their first offensive possession of the season go first and 10 from their own 13-yard line. Quarterbacking Farmington, Jalen Silver. He's a 5'9" junior. Silver last year quarterbacked the Falcon junior varsity team to an 8-1 record. So the varsity had success last year, as did the junior varsity. They'll switch footballs here, and we'll get underway. The man to watch on that Falcon offense is number 2. You see 3 backs in the backfield. Actually, you see 4. And the man to watch is Julian Ama, one of the captains. He wears number 2. You'll see him a lot working out of the slot as a pass receiver and also as a running back. The quarterback, Silver, barks him out. First snap of the season for the Farmington Falcons. They trail it early here, 7-0. The ball carrier is Ama, but I think they're going to call that a loss of a couple of yards. Let me see where they put that ball down. Yeah, it's a loss of 2, back to the 11-yard line. So 2nd and a dozen for the Falcons from their own 11-yard line. Groves on a 57-yard touchdown run by their quarterback, Jack Woods, are on top here, 7-0. And we're still very early in the first quarter. As you can see, it is a lovely evening for football here in suburban Detroit. As the direct snap goes to Ama. And Julian Ama on that carry out to the 16 for a gain of 5 yards. 3rd down and 7. This was the second, maybe the third day that the temperature did not break into the 70s here. The high today was in the upper 60s. A little bit of a cold front moving through, and one got the impression it was really the first day where one thought of fall. We actually spotted that ball back at the 15-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd down and 8 yards to go. Play action pass and a deep throw over the middle, just a little short, and it falls incomplete. They tried to get the ball to Ama, number 2. It almost worked. So let's check that. That's number 6. That's Evan Martin, one of the Falcon wide receivers. They almost connected for a big play there, but the pass goes incomplete, and the Falcons putting from deep in their own territory at the 15-yard line. Eli Bride, who does all the kicking for the Falcons, senior, captain of the Falcons soccer team. And again, by the way, it is Falcons versus Falcons here tonight. Both these teams carry that nickname. Bride, plenty of time to get the punt away, and he does. And a good Falcon roll all the way back to the 33-yard line. So that's a 52-yard punt by Bride. And Groves, they'll have it, 1st and 10 at their own 33. Again, they scored on their first possession, a long touchdown run by their quarterback, number 8, Jake Woods. Man to watch for the Groves Falcons is number 5, Jaden Magnum. He has gotten collegiate offers from Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State, Purdue, Florida, Georgia Tech, Nebraska, Oregon, Minnesota, Washington State, and UNLV. So I'm sure we'll see him tonight, number 5, Jaden Magnum. Right now it's Woods looking to take a deep snap. Now he'll move in up under center, and Groves shifts the alignment. This is a play action pass that didn't work, and Woods fortunate. No, it's picked off down there, and the Falcons are going to take advantage. And it's picked off, intercepted by Jacob Sanders. Sanders picked off the football out beyond the 30-yard line, and he returns it back to about the 15. There's a flag that comes in late. Now Woods faked, it seemed to me, not one but 2 handoffs on that play. And the Falcons didn't buy it. They were chasing him down, and then Woods was trying to get the ball away. It's roughing the passer against the Falcons. Well, at least it's a personal foul against the Falcons, but it will not result in a change of possession. It's a post-possession foul following the interception by Jacob Sanders. And Farmington will have the football at the 30-yard line, 1st 10. After the turnover, after that pick by Sanders, an all-stater last year at tailback for Royal Oak Shrine, plays free safety for Farmington. There is CM number 7, and he's made the big play of the game so far for Farmington. The Falcons trail the Falcons 7-0. That's Birmingham in the lead, 7-0. But the Falcons with the great field position off the turnover. Jalen Silver at quarterback. Looking to drop back, looking to run, gets the pass away, and he just dumped it out into the flat. Demetrian Moore was in the vicinity for the Falcons. It's incomplete at 2nd and 10. So this is a new situation, so many things I don't have to tell you have been new and have been different this year, and this is the first time that we've broadcast a high school football game from in the studio. That's what we're doing tonight. So we're feeling our way a little bit, and like anything that's new and untried, yeah, it's a little scary. We'll get through it. Second down, 10 to go after the incomplete pass on first down. Silver, the quarterback, flanked by Moore. Rolling, Silver gets the pass away, and it falls incomplete. Groves coming close to intercepting that pass as it fell incomplete down in the end zone, so third down and 10 for the Falcons. And Farmington taking over. Would have had possession at the Groves 15, but following the interception by Jacob Sanders, there was a personal foul assessed against the Falcons. Fortunately for Farmington, it did not negate the interception, but it did push the Falcons back 15, and they've got the ball at the 30-yard line. It is now third down and 10. Evan Martin and Julian Ama are split to the far left side. A third wide receiver is on the near side, and that's Moore. But it's a running play, and they'll pick up 5. That'll bring up third down and 5 as Sanders was the ball carrier for that gain of 5. Fourth and 5. If I said third and 5, I misspoke. Fourth down and 5. Now, Coach Soroch was telling me last night that the place kicker, Eli Bride, connected from 52 in practice. From right here, this would be about, what, a 42-yard field goal, right? You take the line of scrimmage and you add 17 yards to it. And that would be about 25 and 17 to be a 42-yard attempt from here. A little bit too long for Coach Soroch's liking. So the Falcons on fourth down and 5, trailing 7-0, are going to go for it. Ogufu, or check that, Ama coming in motion left side to right. And I believe the Falcons called a timeout before a delay of game penalty was assessed. And since they're not walking the football back, I'll assume that assumption was correct. So the Falcons gather around right there in the low right corner of your screen across the way in the waning sunlight. Birmingham Groves. They've got the lead 7-0. Tonight, their coach, Brendan Flaherty, begins his 20th season on the Groves sideline. He's got a career record of 111 and 83, and his teams have been very good of late. You look at Birmingham Groves. Over the course of the past 5 seasons, they've won almost 80% of their games. Since 2015 inclusive, Groves has gone 46-12, a win percentage of .793. That's pretty good. That has not, however, translated into postseason success for the Groves Falcons, as they have been eliminated either in the pre-district or the district game for the past 5 years. Now, Eli Bride is going to attempt that 42-yard field goal. The holder is Justin Osdick, the backup quarterback. So Bride, with a 42-yard try, the kick is away. He's got the distance. He's got the kick. That's a beauty. Eli Bride nails it from 42. How about that? The Falcons are on the board here in the first quarter. There you see it comes with 7:25 remaining in the first, and the Falcons pull to within 4. A beautiful kick. Yeah, I'm telling you, at the high school level, 42 yards is a substantial kick. And Bride, that was just as true as can be. The scoring drive for Farmington is 3 plays, and they gained 5 yards. And it all began with the interception by Jacob Sanders. So a 7-3 lead here for Groves. the Falcons will kick it away left to right. That is the visiting stands that you see in the shot. There are more people there, frankly, than I expected to see. But Groves, the word was, what I had read earlier in the week, was that each player was going to be allotted 2 tickets. And the thing of it is, on the roster that Groves supplied me, they've got 63 players listed. The Falcons, for the record, have 37. So Groves with the ensuing kickoff. Stavros Panos on the return, and he's brought down out near the 20-yard line. Call it 21. Groves will start from right there. I'll tell you one thing, the not hearing any crowd noise whatsoever in the headphones is a bit unnerving. I don't know if I'm going to get used to that. At any rate, 1st and 10, Groves from their own 21-yard line. Jack Woods, who had the 57-yard touchdown run, but also an interception, fakes the give. He's in trouble in the backfield again, and the Falcons will bring him down. Evan Martin, number 6, was there. And I believe it was also E.J. Ogufu, number 5. But it may have been number 3, Tyran Wilson, one of the outside linebackers in this 3-4 defense for Farmington. The loss on the play is 6. So 2nd and 16 from the 15, and now Woods will operate out of the gun. Has a spread formation to work with. Didn't get the snap cleanly. Going to have to fall on the football back at the 2-yard line. I'll tell you what, he almost decided to pick that up, and what a boon that would have been for number 3 for Farmington, Tyran Wilson, who was coming to get him, and he did. And the loss on that play is 13 yards back to the 2. A fumble recovered by, well, Woods, the guy who fumbled it. And now it is 3rd down and 29 from the 2. They have to get line to gains the 31-yard line. So 3rd and 29. And the Falcons, surprisingly stout here against what had to have been a pretty heavily favored Groves team, and an outstanding defensive play right there by Jacob Sanders. He's got the interception, and now he has a key tackle as he's able to bring down Owen Higley just as Higley was going to turn the corner, and who knows how far he would have run had he. He is instead brought down at the 7-yard line for a gain of 5, but it's 4th down and 24 from the 7. And the punter for Groves is Orion Kendra, number 7. Deep in his own end zone. The Falcons looking for solid field position here. Depends on the bounce, and it's going to favor the Falcons. They'll take possession inside the 35-yard line, and they could easily throw a foul there for that ball being kicked by the Groves cover man, but they don't. And they'll say the ball was touched by Groves at the 35. So the Falcons began their last drive at the Birmingham 30, and following a 28-yard punt, they'll have the ball now 1st and 10 at the Groves 35. A 42-yard field goal by Eli Bride, putting the Falcons on the board after Groves scored on their first possession on a 57-yard scoring jaunt by their quarterback, Jack Woods. That's Ama in motion. Silver pitches him the ball. Ama makes one man miss, but that's about all he's going to make miss. And he'll pick up a 2 or 3 yard gain. 2nd down and 8 from the 33-yard line. I asked Coach Soroch about for his thoughts on what it meant for his team, for the Falcons program, to move up and play this season in the OAA White, and he said it's a meat grinder. That's how he described the division. A meat grinder. You've got Groves and Seaholm, Adams, Stony Creek, and North Farmington all competing for that OAA White title. Here's Sanders. Had his progress. He got a little bit tripped up, and that essentially put an end to the run, but he's still able to get the ball down to the 27. It's a gain of 6 by Sanders. And it's 3rd and manageable. 3rd and a couple from the 27-yard line. He was a shoestring tackle away from getting away. On that play was Jacob Sanders. Joining Farmington this year out of Royal Oak Shrine. He's a 5'8", 175-pound junior. Says here he plays defensive back. Well, we know that. He was the guy that intercepted the ball to set up that field goal. The 42-yarder by Eli Bride. 3rd down and a couple. Here's Ama. No, stopped in the backfield. Not going to work. Going to lose yards back to the 30-yard line. Boy, that's a big, tough offensive line for Groves. And let me correct myself. The ball carrier was Sanders, number 7, Sanders. And then that'll give him a little forward progress. The ball put at the 29-yard line, so it's a loss of 2 by Sanders. 4th down, 4 to go from the 29. So if Bride's going to do it again, he'll have to hit one from 46. I'll tell you what, on that 42-yarder, there was no doubt he could have made it from 46. It is 4th down and 4 to go. You see the line to gain on the far side of the field. That's the yard line at the 25. 4th and 4. First 4th down, go for it for the Falcons, and there's going to be a flag of Sanders. Yeah, he broke too soon. It's offside. Now, the ball back to the 34. So you'd be talking about a 51-yard field goal. Now, Coach Soroch said he hit from 52 in practice the other day. But Jalen Silver, the quarterback, number 4 for the Falcons, his first season as a starter for the varsity. Again, remember, Farmington graduated 28 seniors last year. Well, in the spring. That's a whole lot of rosters. So after the 5-yard penalty, 4th and 4 becomes 4th down and 9 from the 34-yard line. And a timeout called by Groves. Boy, look at the size of that number 99. He's listed at 280. That's J.J. Ferguson. He is a senior defensive lineman, 6 foot, 280 pounds. But at any rate, the best way to explain both Farmington and North Farmington had very successful seasons last year, as you know, if you follow the programs. Farmington finished at 8-2, which did include a forfeit win over Pontiac. The Raiders finished 9-1, finished a perfect regular season before being, finished a perfect regular season before being upset by U of D Jesuit in the postseason. And based on that success, it's the reverse of relegation, right? In European football, if you play poorly, you get relegated to a lesser division. Well, in high school football, the same thing happens, but there's also upward mobility, and the Falcons and the Raiders have achieved upward mobility as they move up to the white division this year, which is a much tougher division. I asked Coach Soroch if it was his goal to someday have the Falcons play in the red division. He said that won't happen because the red division, the size of the schools is bigger in the red. The bigger schools are in the red division. Says the teams in the white are every bit as good as the teams are in the red. And the Oakland Press ranked Birmingham Groves in the preseason the number 9 team in Oakland County. Big time pressure on Silver, and down he goes. It's a big loss on 4th down as the takedown is by Tyler Dawson of Birmingham. And so Falcons lose yardage on that whole deal. And Groves will take over at the 46. their own 46. So the Falcons started at the 35, and on the series they wound up losing 35 yards. It was a loss of 12 on the fourth down play. So Groves has the lead 7-3, and they have the football at their own 46. And Jack Woods up under center. Orion Kendra coming in motion. Now he stops, and a timeout's been called, and I think it's been called by Groves. No, it's called by the Falcons. There we go. So that's one timeout burned by each team. And the Falcons will get their defensive house in order here. I was looking at the roster last night. When you think, I mentioned there are 37 players listed on the Falcon roster, 63 players on the Groves roster. In high school football, of course, there's so many guys that play both ways, offense and defense. When you look at the key players for the Falcons, 16 or 17 guys are going to do the bulk of the playing, and that includes the place kicker Eli Bride. And of that group of 17, about half, 9 of them, are seniors. 6 are juniors. You've got 1 sophomore and 1 freshman in the group, the group that's going to see most of the playing time for the Falcons this year. So they are a young team. They are a developing team, and we'll see just how it is that they do, in fact, develop. We mentioned that Brendan Flaherty, beginning his 20th season as the coach of the Birmingham Groves Falcons. Corey Saroch, beginning his 4th season as coach of the Farmington Falcons. His career record is 19-12. He's had good success the last 2 years, though. After his first team went 3-6, but they learned from it. That was a team that developed. Will this team also? All kinds of motion being shown by Groves. I hope the Falcons' defense isn't as confused as I am. Now Woods finally taking the snap, and it's a give around the left side to Owen Higley, and Higley moving into the Falcons secondary, and he's down inside the 40-yard line, or around the 40-yard line. They'll say he was at the 40-yard line. So it's a gain by Higley of 14 yards and a first down. Now the ball's at the 32, so call it a 13-yard gain. Higley again, this time up the middle. Just off right guard inside the 35 to the 33. That's a gain of 9 for Higley. And second down and 1. I like that number 58 for Groves. Morgan Goldberg thoughtfully tossing the football to the official while it was dead, while it wasn't spotted correctly. And it's Higley again. This time he'll try the left side, and he'll have some success. He picks up first down yardage before Alex Roberson, the big junior lineman, 5'10", 210, is able to bring him down. But Higley to the 26 for a gain of 7 and a first down. Seven to 3. The Birmingham Groves Falcons lead the Farmington Falcons. We're in the first quarter. I've pretty much lost track of time. I think we're late in it. I think there's 2 or 3 minutes to go in the first. Woods under center. In motion is Kendra, number 7. He sets up at the opposite tight end position. Here comes Higley again, and I thought he was going to be brought down, and so did Farmington's number 52, Asa Hollingsworth, but Higley broke free, and instead of a loss of a couple of yards on the play, he's able to break that tackle by Hollingsworth. And let's give him a gain of 2 yards to the 23, gain of 3 actually. And I think that's the end of the quarter there. So I was wrong. I did lose track of time, and the quarter comes to an end on that run by Higley. When the second quarter begins, it'll be Groves with a second down situation at the Farmington 23-yard line. After 1, they lead this football game by a score of 7 to 3. They got a long touchdown run early by their quarterback, Jake Woods. Woods then threw an interception, picked off for the Falcons by Jacob Sanders, and he gave Farmington great field position down to the 15, but a penalty on the play pushed the Falcons back 15, so they began that drive off the turnover at the opposing 30-yard line and ultimately fell to Eli Bride to kick a 42-yard field goal, and there you have it. Birmingham Groves, as you see on the screen, with that 7-3 lead over the Farmington Falcons. Unfortunately, we're only going to see the Falcons. This is only one of two occasions this year where we will be able to show you the Falcons on TV 10. That's because this is one of only two home games for the Falcons in this abbreviated 2020 campaign when they're only going to play 6. And for Farmington, 4 of those contests are on the road. So the next time we'll have the Falcons on TV 10 will be October 9th when the Raiders come to town. 2nd down, 7 to go. Woods looking to throw it deep down to the end zone. Has a man. I think he caught it. I think that was a great catch. It was. How about that grab by the guy with all the college offers, Jaden Magnum. Holy cow, what a beautiful catch that was. I think the officials are deciding whether or not it was a catch. I don't see any reason that it was not a catch. They're going to say it was an incomplete pass, and I think Magnum got robbed. Let's take a look at the replay. We'll get that replay to you in a bit if we can. It's called an incomplete pass, and it's 3rd down and 7. Holy, I thought he caught it. So 3rd down and 7 from the 23. Here it is. Keep the right side of your, no, this is live action, I'm sorry. And going around the right side down to the 21-yard line is Stavros Panos. I'm not sure if that's enough. No. He needed to get it down to the about the 16-yard line. So the ball's at the 21, and it's 4th down. It's 4th down and about 5. Well, I'll tell you what, I would be interested to take a look at that pass play again when we get an opportunity. I thought the kid Magnum was made. I thought he had it with 2 hands. But, you know, I'm a long way away in a studio, of course, and the officials are down there on the field. All right, it is 4th down and 5 to go for Groves. We're early in the 2nd quarter. They lead the football game 7-3. And before they snap the ball, they will call their 2nd timeout. So the Falcons hanging in there against this Groves team. Again, the Oakland Press rated them the 9th best team in Oakland County. That wide receiver we just saw a moment ago on that controversial play, Jaden Magnum, with offers from Michigan and Michigan State and Penn State and Purdue and you name it. Highly sought after, tremendous athlete who looked to me like he just made a great catch. But it remains a 7-3 game as we await a 4th down and 5 play from the Farmington 21-yard line. So the two teams will trot back out onto the field. Fourth down, 5 to go. Woods looking to pass. Being pressured, lobs it over the middle. Caught down there. It's going to be run for a 1st down after it's caught by Kyle Coleman. He gets the yards after catch before he's brought down there by Alex Roberson, number 77. And either Julian Ama or Tyran Wilson, numbers 2 and 3. But it's enough for a 1st down by a couple of yards on the pass play. So 1st and 10 Groves, now at the Falcon 14. They lead the football game. And now they're in the red zone. And off the right side is Stavros Panos. There to greet him, I think that was Michael Woods. But it's a good gain on first down to the 9. That's a pickup of 5 yards. So now Groves is at the Falcon 9-yard line. Hollingsworth, number 52, comes off the field for Farmington. Well, they got to try and stand tall here, trailing early second quarter by that score of 7-3. This time Woods under center. Hands the football to Higley. Higley turns it upfield, and he's brought down. There's some late flags coming in, or at least one late flag. Higley was brought down at about the 1-yard line. But there's the penalty flag, so we'll see what's up. You see Farmington's Tyran Wilson, number 3, signaling face mask. And let's see if that's what the officials saw as well. This is a big point, big play in this football game. There you see Higley on the run. And you see he is brought down near the goal line, and he was spotted down short of it. And whatever penalty there was, it was against Farmington. And it's going to be a first and goal for Groves. I think it's first and goal. It may be second and goal. Nope, it is. I can see the yard marker. I can see the down marker, the down box over there, and they're about a foot away from the goal line, Groves. So they pick up about a half a yard on the penalty. First down, goal to go for Groves. We're in the second quarter, and Groves is on top 7-3, and it'll be Woods on the keeper, and he gets his second touchdown of the night. So Woods with touchdowns of 57 and now 1 yard, and Groves has the lead 13-3. Well, the key play there, of course, the fourth down conversion by Groves. They had about a 4th and 5 out near the 30-yard line, and they were able to pick, or actually around the 20-yard line, 21, and they picked it up on a pass play. So here's the extra point. 13-3, Groves leading, and 14-3 now. But there's a flag on the play again. Jackson Tinsley is the kicker for Groves. And no trouble with that extra point, but he's going to have to try it again, I think, from 5 yards further back. So a 5-yard infraction against Groves. I'm sorry, Tinsley is actually the holder for Groves. I'll have to see if I can give the number of the place kicker who puts it through the uprights. And that will make it 14-3. Birmingham Groves, they're on the board. Their second touchdown of the football game. Their second rushing touchdown by Jack Woods. Higley has done most of the damage for Groves on the ground. Well, you did have the long run by Woods, but just in the usual course of things, the number one back tonight for them has been Higley. But Woods with a long touchdown run and now a 1-yard touchdown run, and it's 14-3 in favor of Groves. You're taking another look at the extra point, and well, there you have it. It looked pretty routine, all things considered. Again, I guess we're seeing some decent social distancing across the way in that Groves gallery. Falcons versus Falcons tonight in this 2020 season opener. 9-12, I think I saw 9-12 on the scoreboard remaining here in the half. Orion Kendra, number 7, kicks it off for Groves. And it goes into the end zone, so it cannot be returned. And Farmington down 11 now will go back on offense. quarterback, Jalen Silver, number 4. You see him trotting back into the huddle here. Falcons have had difficulty moving the football. There's no question about that. They began one possession at the Groves 30, began another at the Groves 35, and all they have to show for it is one field goal. Groves, meanwhile, with called it a long drive. It was a long run by their quarterback on their first possession, but then they did on their most recent possession put together a bit of a drive. It resulted in a touchdown. And during that drive, they were able to convert on a 4th down and 5. That was the key play that enabled them to maintain possession. So 14-3, Birmingham Groves in the lead here. Ama in motion. They botched the handoff. It got kicked down there. And let's see who winds up with it. It is going to be Julian Ama recovering for Farmington, but he's back at the 10-yard line. Oh, my. Yeah, just not a clean exchange at all between the quarterback Silver and the running back Ama. The loss is 10. And now that means 2nd down and 20 from the 10. Watch Ama, number 2 there in the slot. Jacob Sanders, the running back, is off the left hip of the quarterback Silver. Little reverse action play here, and it'll pick up about 3. As the ball carrier was Sanders. So 3rd and long for the Falcons once again. This time it's 3rd and 17, but we have a penalty on the play. But we're going to have offsetting penalties on the play. So it will be 3rd down. It's as if nothing happened. I don't know why they don't replay the down, and it's 2nd down, but they're not. The officials signaled 3rd down. 3rd down, 17 for Farmington from their own 13-yard line, as the Falcons trailed in this one by a score of 14-3. This is the 6th meeting all-time between these two teams. Groves leading the all-time series 3 wins to 2. They played one another each year from 2007 to 2009. Played again in 2014, most recently met in 2016. Silver rolling, throwing, caught over the middle, complete to Evan Martin. Martin swarmed over at the 24, and the gain's 11, but it's not enough. It's going to be 4th and 6. So the Falcons will have to punt it away here. Eli Bride, number 25, captain of the Falcons soccer team. If it involves a foot, Eli Bride is your guy. He kicks off, he punts, he kicks field goals and extra points. The long snapper is number 56, Jake Stezlicki. Falcons are bunching in there along the front line. Perfect snap by Stezlicki. Eli didn't quite get all of that one. He'll hope for a bounce. Doesn't get it. And Groves are going to take over in Farmington territory at the 49-yard line, a 25-yard punt by Eli Bride.
Ball is placed on the 50-yard line.
So once again, it's going to be Groves starting from Farmington territory. I read an article earlier this week that said the players themselves were going to have to wear face masks, and indeed players were wearing face masks during practice. Coach Seroch saying last night, though, that for this game, for the regular season game, the Falcons would be wearing spit guards. Ball's on the ground. Ball's loose. It's a battle for it. The Falcons might have come up with this thing. The quarterback, Woods, just dropped it. Oh, he's able to get it back. Trying to dig it out of there was Javon Culpepper, number 28 for Farmington, and I thought for a moment he had. But instead, it's a loss of 7 yards on the play. Take a look at the replay. Woods, the quarterback, it was not a good snap. It was markedly to his left. Culpepper came in quickly, almost got there in time. See, that ball was on the turf for a moment or two. The Falcons almost recovered. 2nd down and 16. And a nice defensive play right here as Higley gets stood up in his tracks. And we'll see where they spot the forward progress. One of the Falcons a little bit slow getting up. One of the Falcons who was in on that tackle. He got up and then he went back down. And we're going to have to take a break here. And wouldn't you know it, it's Julian Ama. Julian Ama, who may be the key player for the Farmington Falcons. He's going to be helped to the sidelines. They're counting on Julian Ama. Coach Seroch will play a lot of roles on this team as a wide receiver, as a running back out of the slot position, and as a defensive back. Coach Seroch saying that he's a natural football player. He's tough, runs like a deer, has an offer from Valparaiso. Football's at the 43-yard line. And it is 3rd down here. Woods out of the gun, being pursued, throws against the grain deep, got his man, going to be a touchdown. It's another 57-yard touchdown for Birmingham Groves as Stavros Panos is there on the other end of it. And the Falcons fall behind 20-3. Woods to Panos on the scoring play. You see Woods running out of real estate there as he headed towards the sideline. But again, he's able to get a lot on that ball, throwing against his body, against the momentum of his body. And Panos is into the end zone before Michael Woods can get there. Woods was coming late on the deep zone there. But Panos had already beaten his man by a good margin. It's another extra point sailing through the uprights, and Birmingham Groves has taken a 21-3 lead over the Farmington Falcons with 4:56 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Well, how about that? Well, this has been so far a dominant performance by Birmingham Groves on the offensive side of the football. And let's face it, they haven't been too shabby on defense either. Farmington able to start 2 drives in the 1st quarter deep in Birmingham territory, but not being able to make anything of it, except for the field goal, the beautiful 42-yard field goal by Eli Bride. But those are the only points on the board tonight for the Falcons. We did, and we meant to do this at the outset. We wanted to congratulate the Falcons for making the playoffs for a 3rd consecutive season, which is a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek congratulations, because everybody qualifies for the playoffs this year. I'm not sure exactly. I should have gone more in depth on this prior to the broadcast tonight, but I'm not exactly sure how the playoffs are going to work, but everybody's in. You can go 0-6 and you're going to be in the postseason. So Farmington is qualified, Groves is qualified, North Farmington is qualified, everybody's qualified. They felt it was not, well, it's only a 6-game regular season, so why not give everybody a shot? That kickoff's muffed and fumbled around and then recovered by Farmington. So they'll have it at about the 21-yard line as Evan Martin, number 6, came up with the football. Is that number 8? Might be number 8. Might be Demetrian Moore who came up with that football. At any rate, is one of those guys. And the Falcons will start this drive back at their own 21, trailing now 21-3. It's a long pass, caught, but is he in bounds? Caught by Wilson. They're going to see he was out of bounds. That was close. That was close. But it falls incomplete. And it's going to be second down and about a yard from out near the 30-yard line. I'm sorry. The line to gain is the 31. The football's at the 21. So a night at Falcon Stadium like no other, all right? Limited attendance. Now, we were told there would be no cheerleaders, but cheerleaders are there. We were told that there wasn't going to be a marching band, but the band was on the field. I'm not sure they were in uniform, but they were there to play the national anthem prior to the game tonight. So 4:44 left to go here in the first half. And on the second down play, it's going to be a first down pickup here, and what a nifty run it is by Trayon Wilson. It's number 7, Jacob Sanders. And Sanders jauntily from his own 21 picks up 24 to the 45-yard line. Well, there's the all-stater that we were talking about. A 24-yard carry by Jacob Sanders. Falcons get their first down of the football game. And they'll have it at their own 45-yard line. They're down by 18 points in this one as we hit 4 minutes to go in the opening half. 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Jalen Silver going to keep it. No, I'm sorry. It was a direct snap to Sanders. Nope, I was right the first time. That was Jalen Silver on the carry, off left guard for 2. So Silver picks up a couple. The Falcons are at the 47-yard line. Farmington's got a couple of timeouts remaining. 2 of them. Groves has used 2 of theirs. Sanders battling, trying to find some room on the right side, and he did a little bit. He gets the ball out to midfield for a pickup of 3. So 3rd and 5 from the midfield stripe. Found a little room, but not a lot of it. As the lights begin to take full effect here at Falcon Stadium. I'm watching it. So many sporting events now, whether you realize it or not, are being called by announcers who are not at the venue, but are rather who are, due to the COVID, are in studio. For example, in Major League Baseball, no visiting broadcasters are traveling. They're doing all of those games from back home, sometimes at the stadium their team plays at because it's hooked up for broadcasting, sometimes out of a studio. Silver, pressure coming, pass away, caught down there, caught for first down yardage. Caught over the middle on a gutsy catch by, I believe that's Demetrian Moore, the fullback, number 8. and he's tackled immediately at the 42-yard line, but it's a gain of 8, another Falcon first down. And now they're into Birmingham territory with the third down conversion. Moore went up and got it, took the hit, held on to the football, and the Falcons have it at the 42. A little jump ball as Moore, I should say, as Silver left his feet to deliver that pass to Moore. So 1st and 10 Farmington at the Groves 42. Falcons trail it 21-3. Under a minute and a half to go in the first half. Sanders over the middle. Gets about, well, let's see where they put it. It's either going to be a gain of 2 or 3. And the ball's down at the 39-yard line for a pickup of 3. We hit 1 minute to go in the half. The Falcons might want to think about picking up the pace here a little bit. There to the Groves 39-yard line. As you see, the clock's running in the final minute, and the Falcons do have timeouts remaining, 2 of them. Silver steps back a couple of steps and hits it over the middle, breaking free, heading for the end zone. Tackled just before he gets there is Moore. Moore with his second catch of the drive, and he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a 37-yard pass play from Silver to Moore. There you see him, number 8. 1st and goal, Falcons at the 2. They're going to use one of those timeouts right now. So the Falcons are knocking on the door. 33 seconds to go here in the half as Silver hits Moore. And the key play there was Moore breaking one tackle. He broke the tackle by Jake Woods and then stepped around another man, and he was caught just before he could make it into the end zone. 1st down, goal to go for Farmington. Well, this could be big. This could be big. Right? They're down 18 points right now. But a touchdown right before the half, it might give something for the Grovesians to think about. Season opener delayed here. The consensus seems to be that the number 1 team in Oakland County this year is West Bloomfield. They compete in the red division. And Farmington was to have played them in week 2 of the season, but because those early games were wiped out, they didn't. So here we go. Goal to go Falcons. You see the football. That's a great sideline shot. The ball right there on the 2-yard line. Sanders, the running back in the backfield, number 7. It's going to be a keeper by Silver. Can he turn the corner? No. No. Brought down at the line of scrimmage. Evan Parker, number 31, for Groves, was there to get him. Clock is running. We're under 20 seconds to go. It's 2nd down, goal to go. Silver quickly under center. 13 seconds, 12 as he spikes the football. 12 seconds to go in the half. 3rd and goal, Farmington. Good job by Jake Silver to down that football and stop the clock. This will enable the Falcons, with a timeout remaining. They're not forced into a pass here on 3rd down and goal to go. They can attempt a running play, and if it fails, they've got the timeout to use. But we'll tell you a story about Corey Soroch in the second half. He understands the situation that we all find ourselves in because, as he told me last night, he is a COVID survivor. Coach Soroch telling me, and this is the salient quote, "I thought it was going to kill me." 3rd down, goal to go from the 2. This is Silver. Gonna tuck it under. Gonna try and cut it up and in. To the goal line he goes. I think he got in. I don't see a signal. I think it's a touchdown for Farmington. I don't see where they spot that ball if it's not in the end zone. I thought he got in. I still don't know. Maybe I think he did get in. There we go. It's a touchdown for Farmington on the 2-yard run by Jalen Silver. So it'll be Bride coming in to kick this extra point with 6 seconds to go in the half, and the Falcons down now 21-9. High snap, very patient. Bride very patient, waits for it to be set up, teed up for him, and he drills it through, and the Falcons are on the board here late in the half, trailing 21-10. This is Jalen Silver running into that traffic down near the goal line, but he kept the legs moving, right? And fell backwards, broke the plane. That was what I thought he had done. And it's a touchdown for Farmington on the 2-yard touchdown run by Silver. The Falcons with their first touchdown of the football game. They trail now 21-10. So that could be big, right? I mean, 21-3 at the half. You're thinking, well, you know, but 21-10, you know. So the coach Saroch has got something to work with as his team goes into the locker room at halftime, and Brendan Flaherty, the coach of Groves, has got something to tell his team, like, you know, they could get back into this game. They may already have done just that. Coach Saroch can say, this ain't over, boys. 21-10. We presume that's going to be the halftime score, but this is football. You don't want to count that particular chicken. Still 6 seconds to go in the first half. Bride to kick it away for the Falcons. We presume he's going to pooch it, but we don't know. And he does pooch it. And it's bouncing around. A free football down there. Now picked up by Groves. That's Panos, number 6, on the football. He's going to be gang tackled. And while he's being gang tackled, time runs out here in the first half of play. So the Falcons, Farmington, both teams are Falcons. The Farmington Falcons get on the board with a touchdown, a 2-yard touchdown run by their quarterback, Jalen Silver, with 6 seconds to go before halftime. And as you see behind me, the Groves Falcons leaving the field, heading towards the south end zone at Falcon Stadium. And we are going to see the marching band. No, I'm sorry. I mistook marching band uniforms for Farmington Falcons home football uniforms. The Falcons heading to their locker room across the way at Falcon Stadium. So I'll tell you what, it was a half that really seemed to be dominated by Birmingham Groves, but Farmington able to put together their first sustained drive of the half on their last possession of the half as they drove from their own 21-yard line all the way down into the end zone. Key play on the drive was a 37-yard reception by Demetrian Moore, who took a pass over the middle from Jalen Silver, just knocked the guy down who was trying to tackle him, sidestepped another one, and went all the way down to the 2-yard line to put the Falcons in position to score. And they were able to take advantage of that opportunity. The Farmington's other score came on a 42-yard field goal by Eli Bride. That occurred on early in that first half, as Farmington had great field position on a couple of drives in that first quarter, once taking over at the 30-yard line following an interception by Jacob Sanders. Again, a penalty was key there. After the interception, Farmington was flagged for a personal foul, and they began the drive not at the 15, but at the 30. They were able to get only the Bride field goal out of that. They had another good drive deep in Groves territory, or at least good starting field position in Groves territory at the 35. Couldn't do anything with that. So it looked like they were going to come away with only 3 points in the first half and be down by a disappointing 21-3. But the late score, I think, puts them back into this football game. It is Birmingham Groves 21 and Farmington, the Falcons, again, both Falcons. Farmington Falcons have 10, 21-10. Birmingham Groves Falcons lead the Farmington Falcons. All right, we will take a break in our broadcast activities here and get caught up on our stats and all the rest of it. Be ready to come back with second half activities at Falcon Stadium. Again, the score at the break, Birmingham Groves 21, Farmington 10. Sure. So here's how things are going, right? I'm in a studio. I'm a few miles away from Falcon Stadium. And by the way, I just want to thank Sean McGuckin and the entirety, Don Carter, Jim Sturdy, everybody on the TV 10 crew for making this happen. That we're able to bring you a broadcast tonight. My concern is it just might be a little too dangerous to be in the press box. It can get crowded up there. Why take the chance? So they made this happen. That's why we're able to bring you the game tonight. But I feel as I look at the monitor and I see myself, I feel like I'm in a Batman movie with this mask on for starters. And just before we came back, I'm all set to go. I'm thinking about what I'm going to talk about as we come back to action, set up the second half, that sort of thing. And I hear a forlorn voice from the control room saying, he doesn't have his headset on. Right, me. I don't have my headset, and it's not. It's sitting on the tabletop over here, and I'm just ready to start talking, but you won't hear me if I don't have the headset on, so we got that on, and the Falcons have picked up a penalty here on the opening kickoff of the second half, and what would have been good field position out beyond the 40 instead will be for Farmington. 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. You got to look at the new look Falcons for the upcoming season with Jalen Silver under center at quarterback. He's responsible for the Falcons' lone score that first half. The Falcons of Farmington trailing the Falcons of Birmingham Groves 21-10 as we begin in half number 2. There's a little pass out into the flat, and it's going to wind up losing yards. The receiver was Julian Ama. The good news there is that the receiver was Julian Ama, because midway in that second quarter, more towards late in that second quarter, Ama was shaken up, made his way off the field under his own power, but he's a key player, maybe the key player for Farmington this year. So he was shaken up and missed a few plays in that second quarter, but halftime has revitalized him, and he is back for half number 2. Second down, 13 to go for the Falcons as they're at their own 12-yard line, and they're trailing this football game by 11 points. The big center is Gavin Miller, number 51, the linchpin of that offensive line, as centers tend to be. Ama going in motion. They'll use him as a decoy, and it's a quarterback keep by Silver, and I believe he got back to the original line of scrimmage, the 15, before he's shoved back to the 5. And not happy about being shoved a little bit after the whistle. But Jalen Silver, number 4, keeps his cool, keeps his composure. I like those little wrist deals they have to identify the plays. He's looking one up right now. What they call dialing it up. There's no dialing involved whatsoever. He's looking at a flip card, basically. And here's what we're going to run on 3rd down and 10 from our own 15-yard line. Leads him up to the line of scrimmage. Jacob Sanders, the All-Stater last year, to his immediate left. Silver to throw. 4 men coming. A perfectly timed screenplay over the middle. Sanders spinning, trying to get free, but the secondary closes on him, and he picks up but 2 or 3 yards on that play, and the Falcons will have to punt it away. Boy, that looked like a beauty of a screen as those 4 Groves linemen came charging in, but give credit to the Birmingham secondary. They didn't fall for the screenplay, and they were there to stop it after a gain of 3 yards. So 4th down and 7 for Farmington from their own 18-yard line. Well, let's call it the 19 for those of you scoring at home, and that's a gain of 4 on the 3rd down play. Eli Bride needs a good one here. The Falcons are deep in their own territory, inside their own 20-yard line, and there's Bride putting the right foot to it, total leather, and he sails this one back into Groves territory, whereupon it is fair caught by Stavros Panis, who caught a 57-yard touchdown pass for Groves in the first half. Groves will start at their 43-yard line. 38-yard punt, and a good one by Eli Bride. No return on the fair catch. And there's your game situation. 21-10, Groves, the visiting team, in the lead. A 57-yard run by Woods, a 57-yard pass by Woods to Panos, and a 2-yard run by Woods, accounting for their 21 points. Well, 3 extra points to boot. So, here we go. Groves with their first offensive snap of the second half. Give goes to the tailback. That's likely number 17, Owen Higley. And it is, and he doesn't get much of anything. Give him a gain of a yard to the 44, to the 43. You know what? Give him no gain to the 43. That was the original line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Falcon defense stuffs Higley. Second down and 10. Clock running here in the second half, just underway. This is the first possession for Birmingham Groves in the half. Their quarterback, Jack Woods, prayerfully considering the snap, takes it, dumps it off into the flat. Caught down there by Jaden Magnum, and Magnum is not going to pick up anything there. Magnum, the young man we've talked about with all the recruiting offers from the big name schools such as Michigan and Michigan State and Purdue and you name it, involved in only one play in that first half, and that was a long pass into the end zone on which he appeared to me to make a diving catch for a touchdown, but the officials ruled it was incomplete, and we'll look forward to seeing a replay of that during the rebroadcast. Groves would go on to score later in that drive, but again, that was the only time he's been featured. Now he's featured again, and he's going to be dropped for a loss on that screen pass because the other number 5, E.J. Ogufu, is there for Farmington. He makes the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and Groves is 3 and out on their first possession of the second half. They lose a yard on the possession. It's 4th down and 11 from the Groves 42. Well, how about that, Falcons? That's some nice D right there. So Groves will have to punt it away. This is their first punt tonight. Boy, that's just a low kick that was almost fanned on. And it's going to roll just inside the Falcon 40 to the 39. So Farmington does well on the exchange of punts. Remember, when they punted the ball away, it was from their own 19-yard line to make Groves go 3 and out. And Farmington has the football at their own 39, so they pick up 20 yards. On what Lindsey Nelson, the great former broadcaster, used to call an exchange of punts. He would do that in a taped highlights recap of Notre Dame football when they wouldn't show you the whole game. They would want to skip ahead to further action. And he would say, we'll move ahead after an exchange of punts. That's how that. Lindsey Nelson was the broadcaster for the New York Mets in '69 when they won it all. I was listening to him call the Mets pennant-clinching game from 1969 as I was watching a memorial to the great Tom Seaver, who passed away a couple of weeks ago. Sanders off the right side, and that's good first down yardage. Good first down yardage for Jacob Sanders, the junior running back, making his Falcon debut tonight. He's out to the 47-yard line, and Sanders gets 8. Second down and 2. So the Falcons got that touchdown with 6 seconds to go in the half. And what that did, in the first, it extends the ball game because I really think if you're down 21-3 at the break, everybody's got a tendency to be a bit demoralized and to think they're on the wrong end of a blowout. But when you get a touchdown like that, you get that lift, you're back in the football game. And the Falcons will, on this second possession of theirs in the second half, pick up a first down. Again, Sanders on the carry. He's out to midfield. He's to the Groves 49-yard line. Give him 4 yards and a first down. So the drive continues for the Falcons as they move into plus territory. They move into Groves territory. I was thinking about it last night, how much easier it would be to call football games if instead of the yard lines going 0 to 50 and then 50 to 0, right? If they just went 0 to 100. I have so much trouble with the math, it's ridiculous. I'm trying to figure this stuff out on the fly. Well, let's see, it's 22 yards to the 50 from where it started, and now another 8 yards or so. Anyways, 3 yards on that carry by Sanders as he goes off the left side, and we go under 6 minutes to play in a fast-paced third quarter. Groves 21, Farmington 10 is your score. Falcons with that great season last year, they wound up 8-2. They would have had an undefeated regular season, except for that showdown. There's the crowd at Falcon Field. That's about what I expected to see, and you know what? It's good to see the cheerleaders out. I know we all have our concerns about the COVID, but Coach Seroch, who again caught COVID, he said 6 months ago, just yesterday when I spoke to him last night, and he says he's virus free, but he's still feeling the effects. He's not completely recovered 6 months on. But he said the kids, and this is true, here's a long pass over the middle, and he overshoots the intended receiver. They were trying to get the ball to Julian Ama, but Silver overthrew him. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 7 from the 46. At any rate, Coach Seroch said the kids have got to have something to do. They need to play, and it's true. You do not per se need to play football. But I think about it, if I were a high school age kid and I couldn't go to school and I couldn't participate, I couldn't write for the blue and white newspaper, for example. I couldn't hang with my friends, right? You know, they do need something to do. So from that point of view, let's just pray for the best. Little misdirection play as they get the ball to Ama. Grove's not fooled on the play, and it picks up but 1 to the 44. So that's where I'm at on all of this. As for Coach Seroch, again, he told me that he caught COVID, contracted COVID, however you want to put it, 6 months ago this week, back in March, back when the outbreak was just beginning. And he said, and I quote, "I thought it was going to kill me." All right? He had the worst time with it. I said, "How old are you?" He said, 30. 30 years old, and it almost killed him. You've got to respect this thing. And hopefully we're doing this right, and we are respecting it, and but at the same time, whoever your God happens to be, or even if you don't have one, you can thank God that Coach Seroch is okay, because he's a terrific guy. It is a good thing to have him around the young people. Punt is going to be fair caught at the 13 by Pano, so Bride with another solid kick there. 30-plus yards on the punt. And there are the cheerleaders. Everybody's masked up. Good. Way to go, girls. That's right. They are not cheering to a large crowd because, again, my understanding was each player would receive 2 tickets to the game. I'm not sure that that's exactly how it's worked out. But attendance certainly limited, and rightfully so. Again, the Falcons are wearing spit guards in the game tonight to protect themselves on the field and all the rest of it. Well, back to football. 21-10, 4-10 to go in the third quarter, and Groves starts this possession 1st and 10 at their own 13. Oh no, this is going to be a big run by Owen Higley, and Higley's looking to outrace everybody, and he may just do it. He's to the 20, he's to the 10, 5, touchdown Owen Higley. He just went 87 to the house. Oh my. A quick hitter off the left side. Remember I told you there was 4:10 to go in the third quarter? Well, now there's 3:57, only 3:57 to go in the third quarter. And Owen Higley with an 87-yard touchdown run. And you just knew it as soon as he broke through the line that this was going to be trouble for the Falcons. A nice hole, and he's past the linebacker level as he gets past Ogufu, and then it's a foot race, and Owen Higley apparently is a very fast young man. He outraces Jacob Sanders, the All-Stater, to the end zone, makes that little move at about the 15-yard line, and he's home 87 yards for the score. And it's 27-10 as Chadwick Cole gets ready for the extra point attempt, which is up and good. So, well, that's rough. That's what that is. 28-10 Groves. I was trying to think of a euphemism. I was trying to describe exactly what that was, what I could say to bring home the import of it not being good, and it's just bad. It's hey, look, it's a well-executed play by Groves, all right, and they've got a very talented running back. We've seen that from Owen Higley tonight. He had a nice hole, right, between guard and tackle, which is where you want to open it up. And boy, you see it in this game. If a guy like that with breakaway speed gets a step or two when he hits the second level, see ya. And we just did. We saw him. 87 yards for Higley. And that's the third touchdown tonight by Groves of 50 yards plus, right? A 57-yard run by their quarterback, Woods. A 57-yard pass by their quarterback, Woods. And now the 87-yard touchdown run by Higley. 28-10. So it's been a night of big plays for Birmingham Groves in the overall scheme of things. Under 4 minutes to go now in the third quarter, and Farmington back into that hole. What they needed to do was take that momentum from the score late in the first half and turn it into points here early in the third quarter, really put some fear into Groves, but now it's gone the other way. And Groves is up 28-10. All right. I haven't had the opportunity tonight. Let me see if I can find my sheet. I just want to run down the. Wouldn't you know it? I bring something up. I can't find the piece of paper I'm looking for. Well, bear with it. You don't even know what I'm talking about. All right. The offensive starters tonight for Farmington. Quarterback is Jalen Silver. Jacob Sanders, number 7 at tailback. Fullback is Moore, number 8. At the tight end, number 3, Wilson. You've got Martin, Noseworthy, and Ogufu at wide receiver, along with Julian Ama. I'm getting the starters' names out there because we didn't do it at the start of the ball game here tonight. I want to give these guys proper notices. Around the left side goes the quarterback, Silver. And it looks to me like a gain of approximately, well, I'll wait and see. Because they're moving the chains. And it is an 11-yard carry by Silver. First and 10 Farmington at the 35-yard line. Up front is Gavin Miller, Anthony Granberry, Asa Hollingsworth, Alex Roberson, and Staslecki. Number 56, Jake Staslecki, who also is the long snapper for Farmington. That's the starting lineup for Farmington tonight. And indeed, coming to the near side, you see Ama, number 2, Moore, number 8. And I'm sorry I didn't pick up the number of the third wide receiver, the one at the lowest margin of the screen. Silver's going to tuck it under. Makes a cut and a nice one, and he's into the secondary, out beyond midfield. A nice open field tackle is all that prevents him from picking up serious yardage. Jackson Crane on the stop for Groves. But Jalen Silver with a nifty, really nice gain for the Falcons as he picks up 19 yards on that carry. 19 yards and a first down. Here's Silver. If that was not a designed pass, he really sold it well, but then he just pulled it under and went against the flow, and really an outstanding open field tackle is all that prevented him from maybe taking it down the sideline for 60 plus. So Silver comes to the sideline perhaps to catch his breath. It's first and 10 Falcons. They've got the football at the 47-yard line of Birmingham Groves, trailing by 18 points. Julian Ama trying to bounce it outside, does to an extent. He'll be out of bounds at about the 43-yard line, and that'll be a gain of 4. Backup quarterback for the Falcons is Justin Osdick, number 8. I'm sorry, he's not number 8, he's number 10. Number 8 is Demetrius Moore, the fullback. Now Silver, after sitting out a snap, back into the football game. Second down and 6 Farmington. They've got the ball at the Birmingham 43-yard line. Clock stopped on the out of bounds with 2:08 to go. We're in the third quarter on opening night. At halftime, the score for North Farmington, they're on the road tonight playing a powerful Rochester Adams squad, and Adams has the lead in that football game 14-6. We'll keep you posted as best we can. Second down, 6 for the Falcons. Ball's loose on the ground in the backfield. Look, they weren't able to get to it. I'm afraid Groves might have gotten to it, but Silver ultimately does fall on the football, and instead of a disastrous turnover, it's a costly loss of yardage, but not a fatal mistake. It's going to be about 3rd and 10. I think the spot's going to be at the 47-ish, as you see the game situation. Yeah, well, there's a flag now. There's a flag. Let's see what this is all about. This has been a relatively, he says, as Farmington looks like they're going to walk it back. This has been a relatively penalty-free game, but boy, there was one costly one early against the Falcons that cost them some solid field possession. It's a slap to the head, hands to the face sort of deal, and I think that's going to be a 15-yard walk-off. The infraction was called at the 43. Oh, yeah, yeah, just walk it off some more. This is a big walk-off against Farmington, back to the 38-yard line. Line of scrimmage, part of that last snap was the 42. Now it's second down, or the 3rd down and 25. Must have been after the whistle kind of foul, and the ball's at the 38-yard line. A little jump pass over the middle, caught by Sanders, but he'll just get a gain of about 5 yards in total on that play, out to the 43. So it's a mistake. It's a penalty that costs Farmington in this situation, and now guys are getting a little hot under the collar down there. That was a Crayon Wilson, number 3, after the play. Intense pressure coming from the guy that just had that 87-yard touchdown run, Owen Higley of Groves. And then the pass caught in traffic by Sanders, and the gain on the play is about 5 yards. So 4th down and 20-ish. Oh, there's another flag on the play, and it's against the Falcons. It's declined, and it will be 4th down. No, I guess it's not. I thought he said it was declined. I misunderstood, because it appears they're walking the ball back. Does it not? Yeah. Pull back here. Richie needs to see more. No, that's the opposite. Pull back. I wonder where the ball is. There we go. Yeah. Give Sanders credit for that 5-yard catch. It's 4th down, 26 to go from the 44. There we go. Clock's running here. 1:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. One nice thing about being in the studio, this is the first game I've done in 5 years, maybe more, where I haven't had to pick up my binoculars on every snap. Nice punt, under pressure by Bride. He gets a bounce, and he deserved it. Inside the 15, inside the 10, still rolling down there. That's right. Let the Groves guy touch it, and Farmington can take over at the 6-yard line. Outstanding bit of work down there by Steslicki, number 56, to protect that football and let it get the maximum roll. It's down to the 6-yard line, so that is 50 yards on that punt by Bride. How about that? Nice work by Eli Bride, the captain of the Falcons soccer team, and obviously an excellent football player as well. You know, I know. So this argument's been going on since I was a little boy, when Alex Karras played for the Lions. And if you don't know who Alex Karras is, that's because I'm old. But he was a great Detroit Lions lineman. He used to deride kickers. The Lions had a kicker named Garo Yepremian, who had a great career in the National Football League. He was from the island of Cyprus. And Karras used to ride him, and he'd say in the press, you know, it's awful. The whole game's decided by some 5'8" guy that doesn't even play football. I'm telling you, man, that's in the name, football. All right, you got to have a guy kick the ball. Toe meets leather. And the Falcons have got themselves a good one. And I don't have any qualms at all about saying that guy's a football player. Of course he is. He's a terrific football player. All right, we've had flags, obviously. And we've got a personal foul, roughing the kicker against Groves. Is that an automatic 1st down? That's the question. Another personal foul, also against Groves. So that's 30 yards in penalties. Are there penalties against Farmington? Personal foul, there is. So that negates. So you know what just happened, right? That 50-yard punt just got taken off the board. But it is 1st down for Farmington. I guess you'll trade a 50-yard punt for a possession. Well, you'll do that every time. So how about that? Sorry, Eli. You know, and I know, and we all know you kicked it 50 yards. It's just not going in the record books because the Falcons, on those penalties, 2 personal fouls against Groves, get a first down. They've got the ball 1st and 10 at the 44. So the drive is alive, and so are the Falcons. They're down 28-10. We're into the final minute of the third quarter, 54 seconds left in it. Falcons are down 18, and we're going to get timeout called by Groves. So that's their first usage of the second half. And we'll just take a moment here. There's your game situation. You now know as much about it as I do, and probably more. 28-10. Birmingham Groves with the lead. And this is the opening night of the 2020 season. Again, the Falcons have qualified for the playoffs, and I intentionally use Falcons when describing both these teams because both these teams have made it into the postseason. Everybody makes the playoffs this year. As a, I'm not sure what the word is. It a concession to the 6-game schedule? It's in recognition of the 6-game schedule? There's a word out there, and I can't find it right now. But because of the reduced schedule, because everybody's only playing 6 games, and remember, it used to be you had to win 6 to get into the postseason. Well, this year, the special circumstances, the unique nature of the season, has resulted in the High School Athletic Association saying everybody's in. When we play the 6 games, and the last of those games, let me grab my schedule, will be on October 23rd. Everybody's in the postseason the following week. All right, here we go. Farmington, 1st and 10 at their own 44. And it's the running back Sanders who dumped the pass over the middle, and it falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 10. He was trying to get, well, that's Sanders who's on the reception. I'm sorry. It was number 4, Silver. My eyes just deceived me momentarily. 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. I thought I saw a 7 on the guy who took the snap, and it was a 4. And there you see number 4, the quarterback for Farmington, Jalen Silver, trotting back into the huddle. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. We've got under a minute, 50 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Rich Kincaid with you on the broadcast tonight, and the crew has done a remarkable job to make it happen. I understand we're on YouTube tonight, so if you're anywhere in the world, you can watch tonight, and that's a heck of a thing. My mom and my family are out in Hollywood watching tonight in Los Angeles, where I'm hoping the fires have subsided. 2nd down and 10. Silver overshoots his intended receiver, Sanders. He was double covered, Sanders, by Evan Parker and Durrell Klein. So, 3rd and 10. And that only took about 3 seconds off the clock. We're late in the 3rd. The Falcons are down by 18 points to Birmingham Groves as Farmington makes their debut in the OAA White Division. The significance of that is it's a tougher division than the OAA Blue, which is where the Falcons have been playing the last few years. But Coach Soroch and his staff, and most importantly his players, because any coach will tell you you're only as good as they are, the program has reestablished itself. A record-breaking year last year, the first Falcon team ever to go 7-0 to start a season. Their reward for the success is to be kicked upstairs into a tougher division. Pressure coming, pass caught over the middle, way short of the first down, though, as Turner makes the catch. Or check it, not Turner, I'm sorry, that's number 8, Demetrius Moore. So the pass was caught down there. The pass by Silver caught by Moore, but only for a gain of 3 or 4, and that means Eli Bryant, I think, right? 22, 21 clock running here late in the 3rd. Falcons are going to let the quarter run out and discuss their options. They may want to go for it here. The ball out, as you see, near midfield after the reception, 5 yards on the gain. We're under 10 seconds to go in the quarter. So let's see if the Falcons snap it or wait for the quarter to run out. They snap it, and they're punting it. And it's Bryant who steps into it nicely. And this one's fair caught, which is a smart move by Panos, number 6 for Groves, because if he doesn't, you're looking at another 50-yard punt by Bryant, who got some foot into that one. So the quarter comes to an end on that play. And Birmingham will start at their own 20-yard line. They've got the lead 28-10 on Farmington at Falcon Field. The out-of-town board, not much to speak of tonight. I've been a little. That's my fault. I should have been doing a better job on the out-of-town scoreboard than I have, especially with this being the first time we've ever been on the air live. So bear with me. I'll keep talking. You know me. But I'm going to see if I can't grab you a score or two from elsewhere around the Oakland Activities Association. That's right. I'm going to my Twitter feed. Here we go. Let's see what we got here as we get ready for the fourth quarter to begin. Bloomfield Hills leading Troy Athens 14-13. That's in the fourth quarter. Here, North Farmington, the Raiders. They have come back in the third quarter. North Farmington, they were down 14-6. They're not down now. North Farmington 20, Rochester Adams 20. That's a third quarter score. The fourth quarter begins at Falcon Field, 28-10 Groves. Pass by Woods over the middle is caught down there. And a nice pickup of 25 yards on the reception by Orion Kendra. So just like that, Groves out near midfield on the 25-yard pickup on the first play of the first quarter. Take another look at this one as there was pressure coming. Woods stood in there off the play action. Asa Hollingsworth, number 52, got in there for the Falcons. And then there was a battle of the two number 7s, Kendra for Groves, Sanders for Farmington. The gain 25, first down and 10, and a flag, at least a whistle, stops the play here. There is the flag in the Groves backfield. And we've had some sort of a timing infraction. They have procedure to legally have Groves. And it'll be first down and 10 plus 5. First down and 15. That ball's at the 44, so the original line of scrimmage was the 49. First down and 15 from the 44. 28-10 with now 11 minutes left to go in the football game, and the Falcons need to get a break and take advantage of it. There's a pass intended for Jaden Magnum, and it missed him completely. It was well overthrown by quarterback Jack Woods. First night of the season. This is one of only 2 home games for the Farmington Falcons. They won't be back at home for 3 weeks until October the 9th, when it'll be the Falcons taking on the North Farmington Raiders. As both the Falcons and Raiders were upgraded to the OAA White Division this offseason. And I didn't see who called the timeout. So that's on me. I was looking at the upcoming schedule, but somebody has called timeout here, and it's second down and 15 to go for Groves. They've got the football, as you see. Well, they got the football at the 39. Where have I been? The original line of scrimmage was the 44. The penalty moved it back to the 39. Then we had the incomplete pass. Be surprised at how often that happens. I feel silly every time it does, but there's a lot going on down there. All right, second down, 15 from the 39-yard line. So the Raiders are tied with Adams, 20-20. What a feather in the cap that would be for the Raiders. I think we're going to have them next Friday night, a week from tomorrow night. They are home to take on Stony Creek, and Stony's ranked the 10th best team in Oakland County. So North Farmington with a tough schedule. Well, everybody in the OAA White has a tough schedule. 7-yard gain on that run by Logan Flaherty. He's going to bring up third down and 8. Clock is running here. 10 and a half to go in the fourth in the football game. Groves wants it to run. The Falcons need a stop, need to get the football back, and then they need to do something with it, which they have shown they can do. Just for the record, some big plays tonight, though, by Groves as well. That's the story of the game. It's what has hurt Farmington tonight. Jake Woods, 3rd down, 8 to go. Long signal count, running play, and here goes Higbee again. Look out. Higley, and he's going to score again off left tackle. And this time he takes it 56 yards. He had the 87-yarder earlier. 56-yard touchdown by Owen Higley. Oh, well, that's going to do it. It's 34-10 now for Groves, and there you see him taking the handoff. And same story. Just at that time he didn't have as big a hole, but he got to the linebacker level, and you just can't outrace a guy like that. Julian Ama, try though he might, can't do it. And with 10:03 to go in the game, Groves goes on top 34-10. So that's the backbreaker. 10 minutes to go and an injury backup field. And that'll delay things for a time. So all big plays by Groves tonight. Well, 4 big plays by Groves tonight, right? A 57-yard, an 87-yard, and now a 56-yard scoring run, and plus a 1-yard scoring run. Or I'm sorry, one of those 3 plays I just mentioned, one of the 57-yard plays was a pass. So they've had a 57-yard scoring run, an 87-yard scoring run, a 56-yard scoring run, and a 57-yard scoring pass. So that's 4 times tonight that Groves has burnt Farmington on a long scoring play. So that accounts for 28 of their 34, and one suspects soon to be 35 points in this football game, as we await the extra point attempt by Chadwick Cole. So the Falcons are going to lose the opener tonight. That's Tyran Wilson, the starting tight end and outside linebacker for the Falcons, who's back on his feet and able to get to the sideline on his own. And here comes Groves' try for the 35th point. Flags fly prior to the snap. Can you see those flags in the upper left corner of your screen? It was not very windy when I left home. We were told a cold front's moving in. I think it's actually going to go down into the 40s tonight. That'll be a first this year. Well, not this calendar year, but a first since back in the springtime. And you can see that. You can see it. You can see its physical manifestation in the flags. All right. Here comes try number 2 after a 5-yard walk-off. High snap. And the kick is right through the uprights. So it is 35-10 Groves, and we've got 10:03 to go in the football game. And Falcons will take over following the ensuing kickoff. Coach Soroch saying, and no football coach will ever make excuses, and Coach Soroch is no different, but when I was talking to him last night, I said, is it fair to say this is a rebuilding year, a developing year? And he essentially said, yeah, both those things are accurate, okay? They lost 28 seniors last season. That's Alex Roberson heading to the sideline, being coached up. And, that's a lot, right? The Falcon roster right now, there are 37 players on it. And it was a little bit bigger last year. I'm going to say maybe let's say there were 50 kids on it, okay? And you know what I'll do? I'll bring up last year's Falcon roster and I'll count them up and I'll get you that number next week. But that's half your kids, seniors, graduating. Okay, moving on. So it's yeah. But remember when Coach Soroch took over, that team went 3-6 back in 2017. But the following year, right? They came back had a terrific season. They went from 3-6 to 8-4. Made it to the regionals. The following year, last year, they went 8-2. All right, so now they got to do the same thing that team did back in 2017, and that's to grow, to get older, to get more experience. Here's a nice return, out beyond the 45-yard line. And I believe that's Julian Ama, and it is. So Ama gives the Falcons field position and puts a nice number on the board for the special teams, not to mention himself. A nice, solid return that he almost broke. Let's take another look at this one. There's Ama out near the sideline. I'm going to say this kickoff return began at the 12-yard line. And there's Ama looking to split that crease. Ultimately brought down by Evan Duden and Durrell Klein. 1st and 10 Falcons at the 45-yard line. So 33 yards on that return. And Ama on a sweep, left side. It's not Ama. It's Demetrian Moore. And Moore picks up yardage on the first down carry. Pretty excited about it, too, as he comes to the sidelines. A lot of pats on the back and maybe a little shaken up there as well. There's number 8. A little quick handoff from Silver. And once the corner's turned right, you're going to gain yards. And he ends up going for 13 of them. Make it 12. 12 yards on the gain. No, it is 13. I'm sorry. 13 it is to the 44-yard line in Groves territory. 9:20 to go, 4th quarter. 35-10 Groves. Check that Raiders score. They are tied with Adams, 20-20 in the 4th. Spinning and being flung to the turf is Jacob Sanders, but he gets a good, solid first down gain right there. That's Roberson, the right guard for Farmington, number 77. Big number 66 is Anthony Granberry. He's the left tackle for the Falcons. Number 56, we've talked about him, Jake Steslicki, the left guard, and he's the long snapper for Farmington. Just trying to do a better job of identifying the young people is what I'm trying to do. Javon Culpepper, number 28, is in the slot. He's also the inside linebacker for the Falcons. 2nd down, 3 to go. Pass almost picked off. He was trying to squeeze it into Wilson, Tyrann Wilson, and he almost got it picked off by Kyle Coleman. So 3rd down and 3. As we mentioned, we're hoping to be able to bring. It's an issue of technical wherewithal. If we'll be, and I think we will be able to bring you the Stony Creek at North Farmington game a week ahead tomorrow night on October 25th here on TV 10 and on YouTube. I bet you we're going to have that game for you. I know that's our plan. Here's a little quick hitter, and that's going to pick up some solid yardage. It's going to pick up a touchdown. It's Sanders taking it to the end zone. Jacob Sanders, his first touchdown in a Falcon uniform. It goes for 33 yards and a touchdown. Ama in motion. They sell the fake, and let's call it a 37-yard touchdown run here for Jacob Sanders. As he got to the outside, same story. Remember, this guy was an all-stater last year for Royal Oak Shrine. Same story. When he got a guy with speed in the open field, you may as well just wave at him. And that time it was Sanders for the 37-yard touchdown. Likely he's not going to make a difference, but there's still 8 minutes to go. It's 35-16 as Bride steps into his kick off the hold of Justin Osdick, and the kick is through the uprights, and there you go. 35-17, got 8:17 to go. So it all started with the Julian Ama kick return to out near midfield, out to the Farmington 45-yard line, and then in short order the Falcons take it into the end zone. And I'll tell you something, if you're Coach Soroch or you're on the staff, you're delighted to see this. You're well pleased. All right, you've got every opportunity and every reason to pack it in when you're down 35-10, as Farmington was when they began that possession, but they didn't, did they? No, they drove for a score. All right, so that's what you like to see, obviously, but you don't always see it. But you did right there for the Farmington Falcons. So 35-17, 8:17 left to go in the fourth quarter. Up next for the Falcons, they're on the road to take on Seaholm in a case of things really don't get much easier for them. So they open the season this year against the Birmingham schools, Groves tonight, and then a week from tomorrow night on October 25th at Birmingham Seaholm. Falcons are looking to recover and what is in effect an onside kick here. Let's see if they did. There's a scrum has broken out on the field. I think Groves, they do. Down there with the football, that's Michael Gardner, number 55. So the Falcons with a longer sort of a pooch kick, a line drive sort of a kick, trying to get a free ball situation, and they went after it, but it's recovered by Groves, by Gardner. So Birmingham Groves with the 18-point lead and 8 minutes and 14 seconds to hang on to that lead will take over 1st and 10 at their own 47. Right there on that beautiful midfield painting of the Falcon, which is artwork courtesy of a Farmington High School graduate who is now pursuing her art career in Chicago. Isn't it beautiful? Around the left side is Stephen Panos, who had a long touchdown rush earlier in the game, a 57-yarder. And Panos with good yardage here on this play as well. Yep, the corner is turned and he winds up picking up 16 yards on that play. 1st and 10. Groves now at the Farmington 41, 16 yards and a first down on the play. Wondering if there's not a little confusion in that Falcons secondary right now. Woods thinking maybe that's the case. Looking to go long. Has a man touchdown. 41 yards on the catch, pass, and the catch by Jaden Magnum. He's their superstar. And this is really other than that controversial catch in the end zone back in the second quarter, this is about the second time we've called his name tonight. All right, the third. But there he is. He's got protection. He's got a nice arm, Woods, and he puts it right on the money. And a spinning catch by Jaden Magnum. And that's what those college recruiters love to see, and that's why he's getting those offers from Michigan and Michigan State and Purdue and UNLV and Nebraska. It's a long list. So he hauls it in from 41 yards. And the extra point makes it 42-17 for Groves. Well, the nice thing there is that when Jaden Magnum is starring for Michigan or Michigan State or wherever it is he winds up playing college football, we can all say, well, we saw him when he was a high schooler and we knew he was good. So, and that is Ogafu being told, hey, you did the best you could. This guy's a real talent. He's got a good quarterback to throw the ball to him, and that quarterback just made a really nice pass. And sometimes, a good play is going to be hang in there. And we'll get him on the next snap, right? At least I think that's what he's being told. I like to think that's what he's being told. That's what I'd tell him. But I'm here, right? I'm not on the Farmington Falcons staff or the Raiders staff or any. I've been relegated to the press box. And tonight, not even that, right? 7:23 to go, 42-17, Groves. So once it's the long play again, that's 5 of them, 6 of them tonight. So 4 plays of greater than 50 yards, now 1 play of greater than 40 yards to account for 5 of their 6 touchdowns tonight. Probably should be fair caught. No, they let it bounce. Here's Sanders trying to make something happen, and he's cut from behind and brought down to 26-ish. Falcons are down by 25 points now. 42-17 following that latest big play by Groves as we watch Turner. Well, let's see if he fair catches the thing. He's like at the 16-yard line. So by making the play he did, he picked up some field position for the Falcons. And there is Farmington at the 27-yard line now. Jalen Silver, the quarterback, stays in the game, as do the Farmington starters in general. Still half a quarter to go in this one. No time to, no sense throwing in the towel just yet. But 25-point deficit's a lot to make up at this stage, as you know. Turner can't find room, can't find leverage, and gets pounded by Jackson Crane, number 21 for Groves. No gain. Now Sanders will sit out at least a play here as Silver gets the next play. Actually give Sanders a gain of a yard on that play. Out to the 28, second down and 9. Moore in motion. Moore got the handoff. More fortunate not to be tackled for a big loss, and he battles to get back out to the 25, so that play will only lose 2. Under 7 minutes we go now. And Moore needed a little bit of help from big Alex Roberson to get back on his feet, and Roberson is there, happy to help. So second down. I'm not sure why the clock is not running here. They may have stopped it for an injury on that last play, but at any rate, it is stopped with 6:49 to go in the game. 42 on the board for Groves. To 17 for the Falcons. Falcons last year averaged allowing 11 points per game, and they've given up 42 in this one here tonight. That's what Coach Soroch is talking about when he talks about this may well being a year where they develop, where they're a young team looking to get better. Nice pass over the middle right here. That looks well developed. And all the way down to the 40-yard line is Jaden Culpepper. So a nice gainer there for the Falcons of over 30 yards. Off the play action, a nice block thrown, and there's Culpepper taking it essentially in stride. Almost was able to make Brett Taylor miss, but Taylor will get credit for the tackle, and it's a 35-yard gain, the second longest gain of the night for the Falcons on that pass from Silver to Culpepper. First and 10 Farmington there at the Groves 40-yard line. But like sands through an hourglass, we go under 6 minutes to play here tonight. Nice cutback move here by Sanders inside. Oh, he got free. He's going to score. Sanders, Jacob Sanders, all the way into the end zone. That's a 40-yard run for Sanders to go with the 37-yard scoring run he had earlier in the game. And it doesn't mean a whole lot for the scores. The Falcons right now pulled within 19. But there's good blocking up front. This is everything you like to see. And Sanders with that little cutback move, able to bust it back outside. What you're going to like here is just a moment as he got downfield blocking. And was that Culpepper with that downfield block? Because anyways, it's a touchdown. It may have looked a little grabby. Just saying. But look, he's downfield and he's blocking. That's the number one thing you want to see on a play like that. And that's one thing that always struck me about Coach John Harrington at Harrison was the way the Harrison Hawks blocked. Well, that extra point almost blocked, but Bride gets it away and through the uprights it sails to make it a 42-24 game, and you see the time left. Coach Harrington's teams were just so fundamentally sound that you would notice it. You would always see Harrison blocking on plays 30 yards down the field, 40 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, always. And I would watch that week after week, and I said, now that is a well-coached football team. And of course, John Harrington was 13 state titles, kind of speaks for itself, all right? You know that. He was a terrific coach, and it showed up. And the overarching point here is that it showed up for the Falcons right there on that play. As you saw that block 20, 25 yards down the field. And they'll go over to the film, say may have been a little handsy. I'm not going to say. They'll go over that in the film room. But it's a touchdown and a nice run again by Sanders, who's broken, as we say, a couple of them tonight. A 40-yarder and a 37-yarder. Kickoff sails out of bounds. And that, I believe, is the first mistake that Eli Bride has made tonight. And in that situation, I'm sure the idea of the play was to kick it along the sideline again, hoping to get a bounce, hoping to get a free ball out of that situation, which you can then recover. But it went OB. And so it is from the 35-ish that Groves will begin this possession. Hey, why don't we, while we have a moment, see if we can get an update on that North Farmington Raider score, because, well, I know I care, and I'm sure you do too. No update. No change is what I should say. It's still 20-20. North Farmington at Rochester Adams. That's in the fourth quarter. Try to get an update on that before we leave the air tonight here on YouTube. First and 10 Groves, 35-yard line, their own. They have the game well in hand with an 18-point lead, 5:35 left to go on the clock. You're going to get a good gain here on first down. The ball carrier's Panos. And Panos really making a miss down there, and that's a terrific little run. He'll pick up a dozen, 13 yards, maybe 14. Yeah, it's at the 44. That's a 14-yard gain and a first down. That's a nice run by Panos. Watch him. Birmingham Groves, number 6. See, it doesn't happen without some good blocking. But right here, he should have been gotten. But look at him dance. Right? Like a water bug, right? So a 14-yard gain on what should have been a 2 or 3 or 4-yard gain. And that's good running. He's going to get the ball again. Panos, and this time, boy, he almost got free. Do you see that? He almost got free up the middle. And one of the Falcons, that's 21, Will Coltrane, reached out and made the tackle at the ankles. Again, there's just not much there for Panos. Doesn't he look stopped at the line of scrimmage? Sure he does. And actually, that's number 12, right? It is on the tackle. It's Crothers. Is that the way I said it was? Or did I say it was 21 Coltrane? At any rate, I believe it was Carruthers on the stop. Nice tackle it was, but a 5-yard first down gain. All right, 4 minutes. We're approaching 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. I'm kind of laughing because of player identification has been just a little. It's going to just take some getting used to. Working off of a beautiful big TV set in front of me here. But at the same time, it's the reason people say, "Why don't you get somebody good?" Oh golly! It's a penalty against Groves on the play, cost them 5. It'll stay second down, but now it's second down and 10. Why don't you get somebody good? Well, I'm having a blast. There we go. Second and 10. 3:45 to go. As the ball is snapped. It's Max Young in it. Oh, they've turned the ball over. It's going to be a touchdown for the Falcons. And that is number 12. And it is Tyson Carruthers. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown Farmington on the turnover. A defensive score. And the Falcons are down 48-20, 48-30. They've pulled to within 18 again. Here, let's take a look at what happened here. The quarterback, the new one, Max Young, number 15. Watch number 12 for the Falcons. That ball just got stripped down there. Stripped away by Farmington's Javon Culpepper. Scoop and score as it's picked up by Carruthers. Tyson Carruthers into the end zone for a 40-yard fumble recovery for touchdown. And it's 42-30. Well, there you go. Extra point by Bride. Got to sign those things. Lovely. Through the uprights, 42-31. Farmington's down 11 in this thing. They've scored consecutive touchdowns now on the long run by Sanders and the fumble recovery, the scoop and score by Carruthers. Well now, 42-31. You're down 11 points, right? So it's a two-score game, right? You still got 3:31 to go, and you got all your timeouts. Well, you know, it's not over. You can see empirical evidence that it's not over. There's still 3:31 left on the scoreboard. So we'll see what happens. That was a pretty exciting play. Stony Creek has defeated Seaholm tonight, 37-13. We'll have North Farmington and Stony next week, and the Falcons on the road to take on Seaholm. So both the teams in that final, Stony Creek 37, Seaholm 13, are involved with the Farmington teams a week from tomorrow night. Bloomfield Hills leading Troy Athens 14-13. And those are the updates we have for you right now around the Oakland Activities Association. Okay, onside kick coming up. Eli Bride got that ball teed up. It looks awkward, doesn't it? Just a bit of a funny angle. Not perpendicular and not quite the down low angle you'd expect on a full kickoff. And he's looking for a big bounce on the second hop, and he gets it, but it's recovered. Recovered down there by Groves, and it's Panos who's hurt Farmington tonight. Or check it. Not that Panos hasn't hurt Farmington tonight, he has. But it's the Jackson Tinsley, number 9, who recovers that ball. Cheerleaders are still hanging in there. What a way to go. What a way to go. We've got exactly 3:30 left to go in this football game. We've had 73 points scored tonight. 42 of them by Groves and 31 by the Farmington Falcons. And that's where we are. Groves takes over in Farmington territory at the Falcon 49. Carruthers, number 12, hoping to pick up another loose football and take it into the end. And there is a loose football, and the Falcons, I think, do recover. There's a flag coming in late. But I think the Falcons, I think when all said and done, they're going to have this ball. And they're going to have it at the 40-yard line. And they do. And they do. Last man up is number 55 for Farmington. That's Jason Butka, and he recovered the thing. So Farmington's got the football at their own 40-yard line. They're down 11. And we note that Woods is back in the game for Groves there. The handoff was to their number 1 running back, Higley, who's had the long touchdown rushes tonight, but he lost the football. I think it may have been when he came into contact with his own man. A closer look at that, though, may well reveal that a Falcon reached in there and stripped it away, but it's recovered by Farmington, by Butka. 1st and 10 Falcons at their own 40, so they're 60 yards away. Well, this is interesting. 3:24 left on the turnover. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Silver takes that snap, goes long down the middle, caught, then knocked free, incomplete. Oh, Julian Ama had it, and then he got popped but good, and the ball came free. And the Falcons would have, could have picked up almost 30 yards on that play. That was was a good stick. That was a good defensive play, and I think Julian Alma is saying good play. And it was. It took a few seconds off the clock. It stopped now with 3:17 remaining. An 11-point deficit confronting Farmington at their own 40-yard line where it is second down. North Farmington on the road tonight, and the Raiders are tied with Rochester Adams at 20. They're in the fourth quarter. They might be going to overtime. Second down and 10. The whole formation favors the right side here for the Falcons, and everybody goes out into a pass route. And it's going to be a run play, and it's going to pick up 6, maybe 7 yards on the quarterback keeper. Jalen Silver taken out of bounds with 3. The clock is still running. I thought he went out of bounds, but the clock is running as we hit 3 minutes to go. And I thought he went out of bounds. He must have, his knee must have come down in bounds. As you take a look at the replay here. Silver, with all those receivers in the pattern, that's why it strikes me this is likely a planned run, and I still think he went. I still think he went out of bounds. We're down to under 2:35 to go. Finally, a timeout's called, and it's Groves that's going to call it. But, geez, we had almost a minute run off the clock there, and this is a bad time to have a minute run off the clock. It wasn't quite a minute, but I'd say it was more than 45, maybe more than 50. And the gain, actually, that was an 8-yard gain as they spot the football at the 48-yard line. So third down and 2 to go. So they obviously, of course, need to pick up that 2 yards to keep the drive going here. But the fact of the matter is, the Falcons are down by only 11 in this football game. I know it's 2 scores, but they just got a turnover for a touchdown. The last time the offense had the football, they scored. Farmington scored the last 14 points in this game. 42-31 is a lot different than 42-17. Here we go, third and a couple. Silver with the handoff, and it's Sanders. Boy, he's not going to get to the first down line to gain. Maybe he picked up a yard to the 49. And he's inbounds, and the clock is running. I've got Farmington with 3 timeouts on the board. I could be wrong about that. But the scoreboard says they have 3, and I don't see in my notes here that they've used the timeout here yet in the second half. So it's fourth down and a yard. So there's the timeout. All right, timeout comes with 2:11 to go, and it's fourth and a yard. And you see the ball is on the 48. That's, for the record, is the Farmington 48. So this is a lot more interesting second half than I think we'd bargained for. See, I'm nervous here. I do this with my pen every time I get nervous. Trying to keep notes, trying to keep track of what's going on down there. And it's 42 to, well, whatever it is. It's an 11-point game, 42-31. And it's been very entertaining, hasn't it? So we'll be back with you a week from tomorrow night. North Farmington hosting Seaholm. And we, of course, look forward to being able to bring that one to you on YouTube. We're all very excited about the whole YouTube thing. At least I am. I'm pretty sure everybody else is too. All right, here we go. 4th and 1. Do or die right here on this snap for the Farmington Falcons. Oh, they moved. Oh, goodness. Oh, well. Now it's going to be 4th and 6. These things happen, and Jake Steslicki, when he's made a lot of good plays tonight, he just broke too soon. And it's not like a sprint where they call a foul and let you do it over again. This is going to cost Farmington 5. So instead of 4th and 1, 4th down and 6. All right, you just got to forget about it, all right? You got to have that short memory right here, and you need a play. With 2:11 remaining, and the Falcons down 11 points. Here we go. 4th down and 6. Line to gain is midfield. Here we go. Pressure coming. Throw over the middle is It's caught down there. It's caught down there. How about that? The drive is alive. In traffic, Javon Culpepper with the grab at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 Farmington at the Grove's 43-yard line. They needed 5 and they got a dozen, and it's 2nd down and 10 as the Falcons clock it. Spiked by the quarterback, Jalen Silver. Let's take a look at that 4th down play. They had to have this one or the game's over. We've seen it a lot tonight. Silver, he likes that little jump pass. We've seen that 5-6 times tonight, and in triple coverage, he found somehow Javon Culpepper, number 28. Culpepper makes the grab. And so now whatever you got, whatever is your best play on 2nd and 10 from the 43 with 2 minutes left to go in a game you trail by 11 is what the Falcons are calling right now. They've made it more than interesting tonight. You'll wonder what the veteran coach Brendan Flaherty, what's going through his mind on the Groves sideline as he tonight begins his 20th season on that Groves sideline, looking for a career win number 112. Corey Saroche beginning his 4th season tonight, looking for career win number 20. It's a run. It's a straight run. And it's going to wind up picking up about 5, right, down to the 38 or thereabouts. But on a run play, of course, the clock is running. We're under a minute. We're under a minute 45 now. The ball down to the 37. It was a gain of 5. It's 2nd down and 5. Every second counting now, and every second counting off. A minute 30 to go. Another run play. This is Sanders. He's not going to get much, not much at all. To the 35-yard line. So a pickup of a yard. 3rd and 4. Falcons call a timeout. So there it is. Right, 1, 2, 3 left. Farmington trailing this one by 11 points. A game that looked like they were hopelessly behind, frankly. But they've scored the last 2 touchdowns, and they're trying to get back into this thing. Silver on that keeper from a play or two ago. He got that ball down inside the 35, or I should say down inside the 40, and now it's at the 35. And it is 4th down and 2 to go. Ball's on the 35. They need to get it to the 33 or else it's over. A minute and 23 seconds to go. Keep an eye on, there's 2 wide split to the top of your screen. Everybody's thinking they're going to run the football. Well, they do run the football. Oh, is he going to make it? He did. He did. I'm pretty sure he did. Looked like he made it from here, but I'm a couple miles away. Jalen Silver on the quarterback keeper, and he's close. Had to get it to the 33. I think he picked it up. Clock is stopped with a minute 15 to go. It's stopped because they're moving the chains. They're moving the chains because he got a 1st down. So the Falcons keep the drive alive. A minute 15 left. There you see the chains being brought into position. The new line to gain is the 22 as he picked up 3 yards when he needed to get 2. In traffic. Clock restarted now. A minute 10 left to go in this game. Falcons trailing by 11 on opening night at Falcon Field. He's got the protection. Silver does, lobs it deep, and it's picked off, and that kid is going to do it. Intercepted by Jackson Tinsley, number 9. Well, you got to go deep in that situation. You're down to a minute to go. Everybody knows you're going to go deep, and I'm sure Silver was not able, Jalen Silver, the Falcon quarterback, and he's played well tonight, just wasn't able to get enough on that throw, and it's picked off, and that turnover, first of the night by the Falcons, is going to effectively end the football game. That pressure was coming from the left side, and I think he just had to throw it a split second or so before he wanted to. He was trying to get it deep to Julian Ama, but just couldn't get quite enough on it. It's intercepted, and Groves will take a knee and run this thing out. They take over with 61 seconds to go. And indeed, Jack Woods, who's had a terrific game for Groves tonight. Let's not overlook that. He takes the knee, and we're the clock running here with 45 seconds to go. We'll see another snap, but then this one's going to be over. Tell you, the Falcons. You can say they didn't give up, and really that's a heck of a thing to be able to say, I think. A lot of teams do. A lot of teams would have. There's the knee taken, and that's it. 25 seconds to go, and all that's got to happen is for that clock to run down to 0. So it's going to be an opening night loss for the Falcons. But again, it's a night where Farmington, they could have thrown in the towel, but they scored 2 touchdowns late. They were able to make a game of this thing. And they were able to gain some of that experience, and gaining that experience is, I think, what this 2020 season is going to wind up being all about. They've turned off the lights. The party's over. All right. Final score is 42 for Birmingham Groves and 31 for the Farmington Falcons. And again, it was a good, solid effort. Grove's a good football team. They burned Farmington with 5 plays tonight, 4 of them over 50 yards, and another that was over 40 yards in length. That was the key to the ball game. But Farmington kept hanging in there, right? They got the turnover, they got some scores, they got back into the ball game. And one of these days, you find yourself in a situation where you get back into a ball game, and because of an experience like this, you go on, you win that ball game. All right, Farmington on the road next week at Birmingham Seaholm. North Farmington still at last report tied at Rochester Adams 2020. They're going to be home 1 week from tomorrow night at Raider Field, and we're going to have that game for you right here on TV 10. What a job by the crew tonight making this happen. I'm just proud of them, proud to be associated with them. I'm Rich Kincaid. I had a great time. Falcons lose it. Well, also the Falcons won it. 42-31, Groves over Farmington. And we'll see you next week from right here at North Farmington.